Hello. This is a thing I have been thinking about doing as a Patreon reward, and now I am doing it. Boop, it's a commentary on a game I made with Grim. Before he was Grim, before he rebranded himself. Which was a super fun project. Basically, we got talking on the waitgaming.com Discord server, and I was like a big old fanboy, because the unnamed stuffing RPG is obviously so funny and so good, and at the time so huge, and it's actually it's created a genre, because now there are a few RPG Maker epics made by the community, which I could never. I can't even keep my writing straight for these short ones. I can't even imagine just writing enough for like an epic length game and then just keeping on going and keeping. I just like, how's he do it? But I was just, I don't know, I was feeling inspired, I was feeling pumped up. I just learned Game Maker. It was like a complete locked door for me. I didn't get it, and then I watched a tutorial, and then I was like, I get it now, and I felt really powerful, and I wanted a technical challenge. And also, this is my first time really getting into this kind of rigging. This kind of rigged animation. Like, I'd done Moho, and I played around a bit with Toon Boom, but I hadn't done the video game style of using bitmaps instead of vectors, and making a character in Photoshop and then putting it in Spine or Dragon Bones. And I was just once I saw that kind of thing up and running in Game Maker, I was like, oh my goodness, this is my shit now. This is how I wanna be. Because of we'll get to it in a bit. But anyway, basically, I wanted a technical challenge. I didn't really want a creative challenge. I was just amped up about my elite coding skills. The coding in this is incredibly sloppy. I don't have elite coding skills, but at the time I felt like I'm really mighty and powerful. So, I got talking to Graham, and I was like, I love your writing. If you write something for me, I could do a game with it. And he did. He just kind of wrote the whole script for this story as one big long text file. And I was like, this is amazing. I'm gonna adapt it into this visual novel with animation. And that was, we were off to the races. Anyway, this is this is the kind of stuff that you can do with this kind of dynamic animation system. And I'm not saying I did it well, but I was very excited that I could do it at all. I mean, most of these outfits just break if they're not the default one, because I animated her in these, and these were just an afterthought. I think this one works okay, but that's because it's just black. Everything works. We stick with the default though. I like Fizzy with short hair. And sometimes I accidentally draw her hair short, and it's probably because I put in this option. Just think it's a cool, kicky look, though. This is a great feature. I love that I threw it in. But yeah, yes, Grimm's writing, super good. Like I said, it arrived for me as a straight kind of prose story. So kind of chopping up the dialogue and cutting out all the Gong said, Fizzy said. That was the editing that I did to it. I think I added one joke, but apart from that, this is all solid Graham on the writing, and it's great. I especially like this bit, which is just gratuitous. I had lots of fun animating that. The first time I saw another person play it on YouTube, the guy was speaking Spanish, so I don't know what he was saying, but at that moment he went, "Wow," which made me feel really good. These two actually, I think, have the best animation in the game. Like, there's a lot of dodgy looking stuff, because we made it quickly. There's always dodgy looking animations in anything I make, which it's painful for me, because it's meant to be my thing, it's meant to be my main talent, but God, making it look good sure does take more time than anyone has, am I right? Sometimes you just gotta let some bad stuff slide. But I'm pretty much really happy with how all of this stuff looks. Yeah, I think they're really cute. I think they were just like two cute characters on the page and two cute characters on the stage of this stock photo that I blurred, because I'm not animating everything and drawing backgrounds. In the background, these little cameos. This is the Witch and Skeleton, who I did a few comics about them. The comics are called Witch and Skeleton. They're called Bliss and Yuffie. Anyway, this is all Grimm's artwork, because like Grimm wrote the whole story, and then I kind of got to work on the game, and then we were just kind of talking about it on Discord, and Grimm just started saying like, I feel bad I'm not doing more. What can I do? And I was like, oh, what if I did a bunch of art? And I was like, yeah, that's cool. And he did a bunch of art, and that art is all really nice. I didn't even know he did drawing until that point, because he was keeping his artwork out of his fetish games. Damn shame if you ask me, because so good at doing the drawing. There is a reason, like he took over and started doing all the character art in the later sequels to this. Because like his art is nicer and cleaner than mine, and people like it more. And one of my favourite comments on Huge Hallows 2 that I saw on Squirrel Girl's channel is, man, the artist improved. No, he didn't. It's just a different person drew it. It's okay though, look, because I can animate, and sometimes I do mistakes where thighs go on top of skirts, but like Grimm can't do this. He wouldn't know how to spine. I'm valuable, okay? There is way more animation at the beginning of this game than there are later on. Like, this is an entirely, like, bespoke animated loop I made just for her to, like, brandish her brass knuckles. I wish I could have done that for the whole game, but I was getting burnt out. I think that's really cute. I think a lot of this stuff is really cute. I'm happy with it. I was also doing a thing, I might have dropped it by this point, but in the first shot I was trying out this experimental thing. Like one cool thing about this kind of animation system is you can load a pose in as an animation clip, and then you can put in another pose, and then you can just put in a line of code to make one animate to the other without actually doing any of those in-betweens yourself, which is, an amazing thing. Like, the character is always gonna move smoothly from one pose to another without any of the kind of you're kind of popping into different poses that you get when you're doing kind of more conventional sprite-based animation. And I was really excited by this, but I was like, but just going kind of from pose to pose in a linear way, it's not very, as an animator, you know, it's just, it's not very animatory, is it, you know? If you read the Animator Survival kit, it's like, never do that. You don't go from A to B, you go from A to C to B. You know, which means like it's just like, it's boring. It's unless it's, yeah, it's the way Family Guy moves, right? Just like a character will be in one pose, and then they'll go into the next pose, and it'll just be like a smooth, linear thing. That's like their style. But I don't know why you'd ever have that style, because it's terrible. And I just hit the escape key. Never make the escape key instantly quit your game. That's a game design lesson from me to you. A lot of people did that in the last game jam, and I was like, you fools. That's a terrible thing to do. I would never. I have, though. I know, it was a mistake. Okay, now here is the gameplay. For a long time, we didn't have gameplay. We didn't know what the gameplay was going to be. We were thinking, like, maybe... Like, we had the story. It took me ages to build, like, the cutscene system, because I didn't really know what I was doing. Took me ages to, like, set up and rig these characters. And we didn't have a game, and Grimm was kind of thinking, well, let's just release it as a kinetic... That's some Grimm art. Let's just release it as a kinetic novel then. And I don't like kinetic novels, really. If it's, like, interactive, I really want to do something. I don't want to just watch... I don't know. It's dumb. Like, there's no reason a story can't be good presented in an exe file, but it bugged me to not have any, like, real interactivity. So all the gameplay, because we were, like, really close to Halloween, which is when, you know, arbitrarily we were going to release this, and we only worked on this for a month. That's how we've done all the huge Hallows games. They're all, like, month-long projects. My coffee's getting cold. Stop being such a motor mouth, Alex. Your coffee's getting cold. But yeah, it was just really bugging me, and I don't know. I had an idea for something really simple I could do, and made all this gameplay, this run and jumping runner stuff. I did it in 2 days. It's incredibly shoddy. The last level, I'm gonna skip because I can't do it. I made it, but I can't do it. It's not really doable. It's a mess. It's a tacked on crap. I can only apologize. I can only apologize. It should have been more polished. It wasn't. This is an early suggestion of Grimm's. Concerned about the workload I'd set for myself. Like, just make all the trick or treat people ghosts. Just make them all ghosts wearing sheets, and then you don't have to, like, rig entirely new characters. Very, very grateful for that suggestion, because I'm definitely the type to completely underestimate workload, and the fact that I could just reuse the same ghost for all these people definitely saved time, and time that allowed me to make that incredibly shoddy runner element. Oh, I wrote this bit. This is the one bit I wrote, because I just wanted something in the writing to, like, slightly tie in the gameplay. Like, that's it, though. This is literally it. This is my contribution. Yeah, it's not. You're not gonna get answers, Fizzy. It's like that because you're in a video game. I'm sorry to break it to you. Grimm drew all these Halloween decorations. And I sourced the stock photo from Unsplash. It's a real team effort. I love this fish, man. That's, you know, that's it. I love this Black Lagoon creature. It's just a great chill guy. And shows off Grimm's, like, Grimm's very good at, like, the male figure. I mean, not as sexy as that mummy, but you got it. All right, we're into it now, into the haunt. I did a really good job with that, given the limitations I had. I didn't have the fancy version of Spine, which actually lets you kind of warp and distort things a lot more. So that's all done with scaling. And to be fair, it looks better than stuff I have made since finding out about Dragon Bones and stuff that actually lets you do more. I think the limitations, I don't know, I guess it's just because it's something I've done so much in Flash and not uploaded. Just for me, you know, make her scale it up with the scaling tool. See if you can make it look like it's growing. Yeah, I was very used to the process. It's an expert in it, if you will. So yeah, I'm pretty happy. Oh, little subtle one for Gong. I love Grimm's mind. He really creates a lot of good opportunities as like the artist on this, with the size difference between the two characters. It's all just so adorable. The dynamic is adorable. The way Fizzy wants to keep up and eat the same amount is adorable. It's you know, it's hot. My stuff I don't think is sexy in the same way Grimm's is. I'm more of a tongue-in-cheek goofball about it, like, haha, my kinks are funny, am I right? And Grimm writes sincere erotica with jokes, which I really appreciate. I appreciate you can get into that headspace. Wow, great voice acting there. You know, these runner bits are kind of fun. They're kind of fun for how quickly it came together. I'm sorry that the last level is such a mess, because I almost got away with it. Oh, Grimm. Yeah, I won't talk too much. I'm skipping through the writing because I didn't do it, so there's plenty of other videos where you can actually read through this game. I'm just talking about the stuff I did. Why is a message box? Well, the message box seems to be covering up an animation glitch, so maybe it's a blessing. I like the little phage cameo there. It's kind of a pet peeve of mine, actually, that it looks more like flab than stuffing. Should have drawn that more round. Yeah, the animations are starting to get spread a little more thin. That was a lot of I reused that mouth. That little mouth Gong was doing was something reused from earlier, so it's not as bespoke. It's not as this stuff works well though. I was happy that it didn't take that long to actually once I'd done the first walk cycle to tweak it so that it can be different for the different stages. And I like that. I also like that the mechanic of her getting slower. that I don't know if I thought it was funny or if I just was too tired to fix it, but the way her mouth spins around there is ghastly. Oh, she got tummy ache. I'm sure I put a lot of effort into that loop because I love a tummy ache. Not having them, that's the worst. No, watching other people have them. In a very ghost-looking snake costume. Yeah. So I guess the idea that they'd all be the same rig was already up and running when Grimm wrote that. Ooh, breathe out. It's really cool how much, like, kind of, how much you can get out of really simple stuff when you're animating, which I forget. I try and make things too complex now, but, like, really, like, this is just, when she, like, breathes out, like, that's just a really simple drawing. And I just scale it down. It's really simple, and it really works. I need to remember that simplicity works. Because the animation in this game, I think I did a really good job of it. And other games like Self-Help, Elf on the Stealth on the Shelf. I have a lot of games that rhyme with elf. I don't like the animation too much in those ones. And I think the reason I did a better job with this is because I had much more limited tools, so I was just thinking more about simple stuff that worked instead of trying out a million fancy things. It's good to revisit this. I need to just bear that in mind, like simplify a bit, because that's where the good shit is. Unless you're, got that Disney money behind you and you can actually, figure out how to do the complex stuff well. Plastic googly eyes. Ah, didn't do that, did I? Should have stuck some on the side. Ah, this dang gummy snake, sorry. Yeah, I really wished I had some kind of ability to warp that. I was very jealous of the full version of Spine, which I'm really glad I didn't buy, because like Dragon Bones is better and free. Don't ever use Spine. It's got a bad interface, it's weird. Everything it does Dragon Bones can do, and it's free. Don't buy Spine. Never buy Spine. But yeah, I wish I could have done a bit more with this little guy. Made it wiggle and stuff. This animation, bad. I was definitely running out of steam. It's just, that's not good to look at. Busy choking's pretty good. Here's a deeply steamy passage. I must skip it. A little jump cut there. I didn't even smoothly do it. People really like Fizzy being this big. It's not the kind of thing I tend to draw when I'm not working with Grimm. I'm more into the process rather than bigger. It's just not quite how I'm wired. I mean, I do like them to get bigger, but it doesn't have to be so big, I guess. Just bigger than it was previously. That'll do it for me. It's enough. Bit of just random corn appearing there. Yeah, it's it's kind of too bad. I didn't kind of pace myself a bit better with making sure the whole game had good animations. They're all kind of in the beginning. Yep, it's not. Oh man, what if I do it? If I actually manage to complete my own game for the first time? No, I will not. Trash. At least get to see this screen. It's fairly cute. Skip, please. It's terrible. It's not good. I like making games in a month because people are tend to be like accepting and generous with really shoddy stuff like that. If I spent like a year on something and it still had something like that in, I wouldn't really have an excuse. Here is the boss. Final boss. Doing a little happy jig. Let's get to the big reveal, because woo! Again, it's just, this is too simple. This is, you know, this is just going from A to B. But that's well done. Again, like, had no way of, like, kind of making the sheet kind of move like a sheet, which was, you know, a little disappointing. But, you know, it's only on screen for a couple of seconds, it kind of works. And Grim liked the design of this lady. I like the design of this lady, I did a good job. And now she's gone. I'll never see her again. This rolling's not so well done. She's too oval shaped, it doesn't quite work. I don't know. I mean, I was gonna say, like, I should have made it better, but I'm like, you know what? It was a big technical challenge. I'm not quite sure. In the time I had, this might be kind of, it's possible, I guess. Alright, you know what? I said I don't like bigger. This is very cute. This is a cute visual. And goblins are just cute. Grim really, everyone who becomes friends with Grim gets, converted to the inherent sex appeal of goblins. Though we had a big debate that almost about whether or not Gong should have like a long thin nose, because to me that's an integral goblin thing, and he was just like, no, it's not cute. You know, I lost, but I managed to get it in as an Easter egg, actually. I don't know if that's not in any videos. I might be revealing this for the first time if I get to restart this. Ooh, here are... We'll go through the art gallery in a sec. I do just actually want to show off... Yes, okay. So, like, yeah, me and Graham had this debate about goblins. See, now to me, that's a goblin. So yeah, that's my little protest. My little act of rebellion against my collaborator. You're in fake goblin lover mode if you are in short nose mode. Alright, let's take a little trip down Art Lane. Here are Allgram's cute monsters. There's there is Knuckles. And here is concept art. I did more concept art for this than I have any other thing that I've been working on. Because, I guess, yeah, I wanted Gong to be a design that me and Grim both liked. So, did a bunch of versions. I think this one's really cute. I think this one's... I like these gongs. I have kind of a worry that the actual design we ended up going with for Gong looks way too similar to Urgia from my other games. Yeah, maybe I should have pushed a bit harder for this kind of strong gob. That was also like an old Fizzy. Grim actually ended up doing the design for Fizzy in the end. And Fizzy's pretty perfect. Don't have no regrets about how Fizzy looks. That's very close to what we ended up with. That's a more elaborate ghost. Would have been fun to build that actually, but I'm glad we prioritized. Long nose Gong. I just couldn't get there's Grim's yeah. That's what Grim drew. When Grim actually draws Fizzy for real, he gives her like proper fingers and toes and stuff. I thought this was like a cool like design choice. I guess it was more like something Grim did to save time. So now Fizzy has fingers. Starring forgotten his name. Tom Green. Fizzy's got fingers. Great movie. Here's the story. Woo! Didn't write it. Couldn't have wrote it. Too good. Alright. Hope this was enlightening. Or at least I hope it was not actively confusing. I'm definitely gonna do this with some of my other games. Hope y'all enjoyed.